My plans for him was for him to go to the service. That's what I wanted for him. I wanted him to get away. I wanted him to get out and see the world.
One mother's dream for her son.
He liked the sports. That was the #1 thing. But I wanted him to go to the Army, so he didn't like the Army, not too much.
And a father's hope never played out. Daniel Triplett's parents still remember their last conversation with their son.
He was trained to drive trucks, and I had the conversation with him. He said, "Mama," he said, "they're gonna call you about this truck thing." I said, "Well, okay, baby." And he said, "Well, Mama," he said, "I'm going." I said, "Well, don't take these things with you." This is a little joke between me and him. "Don't take those things with you." And he bust out laughing because he knew what I was talking about.
He kissed me on my cheek and told me to love you, Father. Because we had a dispute about a little misunderstanding. And he came back and apologized to me the next day and told me he was sorry.
While Patricia Kelly saw her son just before Christmas, Daniel Triplett saw Daniel Tuesday, December 27, 2016, a day before he was found dead. Burke County Sheriff's Office investigators released this incident report showing Triplett was murdered with a gun and left on H. Barrel Road, a dirt-covered street near Middle Ground Road. He was found around 10 o'clock the morning of Wednesday, December 28, 2016.
DNR officers were working some wildlife management areas, and as they were passing through one wildlife management area to another on H. Barrel Road, they located a deceased individual later identified as Daniel Triplett in the middle of the road.
The only thing I could do is just scream. I could just scream. That's all I can do, because the homicide, I thought my son had got us in trouble, like, okay, I can go get him out of the trouble. But homicide.
News Channel 6 reported in 2016 that Triplett was shot somewhere else and later taken to H. Barrel Road. Lieutenant James Kelly, who inherited the case from GBI recently, told us the 25-year-old left home on North Liberty Street, where his girlfriend and children lived, and went to Briarwood Apartments. Daniel Triplett says he remembers that day.
What did he do?
Him and my cousin was together, and that was the last time I talked with him. And I think I tried to call him, but he didn't ever answer the phone.
In order to trace his steps more closely, Cold Case Project sat down with Courtney Way, the mother of Triplett's children. She says that cousin he was with dropped him off at home on the 27th, but Triplett left again that night to visit another cousin who lived in Briarwood. She chose not to have her face shown on TV.
Did you hear anything about what might have happened to him, or were you able to put together what possibly could have happened?
He went to his cousin's house, but they said he didn't make it. So after that, I don't know if he left with somebody else or...
Investigators say Daniel Triplett did in fact make it to Briarwood Apartments off East 7th Street. While we do not know which cousin he was supposed to visit there, we sat down with the cousin who took him home earlier that day. He chose not to be identified for this story.
We hung together every day. It was me and him. We were road dogs. You know, Bonnie and Clyde, but 2 men.
The cousin says he's older than Daniel and tried to teach him right from wrong. As he was turning his life around, preparing for truck driving school, he was murdered. His cousin says he still does not know why Daniel went out to Briarwood that night, but reflecting back, he now realizes the man he saw grow into a father had another aspect of life he did not know about.
It hurts me to the point to where I feel like he told me everything, and he was in a situation, and when he went to having kids and trying to better himself,
he always said once if he leave this world, he'll have some on this earth. He always told me to make sure that they have their own room, so that's why I got my own place, and they all got their own room.
Way says she and Daniel have 3 children, a 7-year-old daughter, a 5-year-old son, and a girl who is 4, just 1 month old when her father was murdered.
He always used to tell the oldest girl, "You are beautiful, kind, and special." And every day, that's what she say. "Mom, I'm beautiful, smart, and kind," just like my dad said.
That's #1. He loved his kids, y'all. He loved being a father.
Daniel's mother says her eldest granddaughter is smart, just like Daniel. The Burke County High School football player and graduate did a stint in Job Corps and worked several jobs in the CSRA.
Was he good with his hands?
Oh, yes, ma'am, he was. He was good. He fixed stuff. He tear stuff up.
His loved ones say he went to church faithfully, was sweet and kind, and to their knowledge had no known enemies. But his mother told us she warned him about his inner circle.
And I told him, I said, your baby mama, your family, and your so-called friends, because he'll call me and tell me things. And I said, baby, you need to get away from them. You get away from them, you're going to be all right. I told him that twice.
Daniel Triplett's family still wants answers and justice nearly 5 years later.
They didn't have to kill him, you know, whatever went on. You know, I said that, they didn't have to kill him.
Whoever done it need to stand forward and go to trial and be judged.
Whoever did that to my cousin, it'll come to justice. It might be on their dying bed. It might be on their grave. It might be at their funeral. It might be kids get taken out of their lives for particular reasons. But all wrongdoing will be repaid.
Anyone with any information on the murder of Daniel Triplett should contact the Burke County Sheriff's Office at 706-554-2133 or CID at 706-554-6633. Next time on the Cold Case Project, we take you to Jefferson County, where Bill Bo Peep Farrer went missing September 13th, 2002 at Rocky Creek in Louisville, Georgia. What family and law enforcement need to get justice and close the case.